Hey, what's up? Gary here. You want to check out the Fractal Audio Systems VP4 multi-effects processor with a Nano Cortex? Let's go check it out. Here we are. It's been requested for a couple of months now to take a look at pairing the Nano Cortex with the VP4. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more video, going deep dive reviews on the VP4 as well. I know plenty of other folks have, and I'm a little late to the party, but this thing is incredible, and I really want to be able to showcase what it can do. Now, really quick, before we get started, I do want to walk you through my signal chain, more so that you can just understand what we're kind of looking at. I don't want to go too deep into talking about the board, but this is going to be my demo board moving forward for the channel. So it's very modular. It's a Temple Audio Duo 24, and it gives me plenty of room to be able to, well, have activities, right? I can interchange my different pedals as I see fit to be able to do these types of videos. If you don't want to hear any of me talking and you just want to hear the pedal, I'm going to put the chapters down below. Click into it if you just want to hear the goodness that's here and less about me and this board. That's totally fine if that's the case. But I encourage you, if you like, stick around for just a minute so you can at least see what the signal chain is, so you understand how this is going to be working and what might be influencing some of that sound, okay? So first of all, I have a set of TRS bays. I'm trying to find the camera angle here, okay? So I have two different 4X mods that are plugged into this Temple audio board, and these are custom wired in a few different ways. This is the board as it sits. And where I'm coming in is that 4X bay that I just showed you. So my TRS input is on the side of the Temple audio board. And where the first stop is the input of this Chug tuner. So this is a Solar Guitars, Ola England, Chug tuner, okay? That has a couple of different options on it too. It has the ability to have a boost. It has some signal cut. It has a lot of goodness in it. I love this pedal. I really do appreciate it. I'm having a blast with it. I know it's just a tuner, but having that boost and a couple things you can do to color your gain stages on the interior of this pedal is definitely really cool. And I just like having the ability to have big tuners here. Now, the VP4 has its own built-in tuner, as does the Nano Cortex. So this is just yet another tuner on the board, but I do appreciate being able to have that. Okay, so at any rate, I come through the TRS input on the side of the Temple audio board, and we go to the input of the Chug tuner. Then we leave the Chug tuner. I'm not doing any gain changes throughout this entire video. I'm not going to show that. I'm just going to have it be a pass-through, okay? So we're going to then output from the Chug tuner to the input of the Nano Cortex. The Nano Cortex will do its thing. Obviously, we'll have the signal chain of the different captures, IR, etc., and the different effects that are here too. I'm not really going to use them that much in concert, but I might show you a couple of presets that do in a future video. But once we get to the output, I do output 1 and 2 out of the Nano Cortex, and I send that back to two TRS bays that are on the edge of this 4X mod of the Temple audio board. So you have two cables that are essentially leaving output 1 and 2 and are in turn going to these two outputs on the side of the board. Now I have these cables you might see on the edge here. These are jumper cables that I'm basically using of just single TS that are going output 1 and 2, which are signifying basically the output 1 and 2 of the Nano Cortex, and then inputting to two more TS ports on these 4X mods that are in turn going to the inputs of the Fractal audio. Now you might ask, why have you done it this way? Why'd you wire in this way? Well, a couple of reasons, but the main one is, if I want, in this scenario, using these two jumper cables, it makes it very easy to pass all this audio through to get to the VP4, and then finally be able to either output from the VP4 to a FRFR cabinet, or even an amplifier if you really wanted to, or you can use the USB as well to be able to capture that output. But the other better reason as to why that I've done this is, if I take these two TS cables out, I can do the 4-cable method directly from the side of this Temple audio board. So I have the ability to have 2 and 1 in the same rig, which I really, really like. And the only thing you have to do is a couple of accommodations on the VP4 and the Nano Cortex to make sure it's configured correctly. Other than that, the wiring is basically ready to go. You have lots of options. So that's why I did that. So for you gear nerds that actually care about setting up these boards and doing some of that, that's what I have configured right now. And then finally, the Morningstar down here. This is a MIDI controller. Very new to me. I'm still learning it, but I like this a lot. It's really cool. And I have it wired in for both the Fractal audio using a MIDI cable out. So basically I have a standardized 5-pin MIDI leaving the Morningstar and entering as an 1/8" port to the back of the in on MIDI of the VP4. I also have another cable leaving the back 5-pin as well, leaving the back of that Morningstar and going to the MIDI expression port on the Nano Cortex. So that's what we're using as well to be able to control both of these with MIDI. So that's the configuration of the board. Let's jump to taking a look at some of the tones. there you have it, a quick run through of using the Nano Cortex with the VP4. I can't say enough about the VP4. I love it. It sounds so good. I understand it's about a $600 price point. It might not be in everybody's wheelhouse, but This thing is incredible. The effects that you get with this, I think for the quality to the amount of effect you get, it is well worth it. And let me tell you, it is incredibly versatile too. This video doesn't really showcase that as much because of the fact that you're kind of limited with the Nano Cortex and your inputs and outputs and some of your abilities to do that. Like I said, I'm going to go into future videos with the VP4 that's going to dive a little deeper into some of the configurations, doing the 4 cable method, and just having some of the controls that you do have with it. Again, I am becoming a quick fan of Fractal. I'm really loving this. By the way, again, this isn't anything that's paid sponsorship or anything else. I am getting some of the gear at a little bit of a discounted price, but it's not for Fractal. Anything you hear is my own thoughts and opinions on these pieces of gear, and I gotta say, they're both amazing. I love them. Nano Cortex for what it is, making a small board, putting it with the VP4, they pair incredibly well. Nano Cortex does a pretty good job at putting devices ahead of your input too. So if you are looking to put some of those boosts and overdrives and things of the sort, it does great with that. But obviously being able to get the output into the VP4 and really starting to get those traily, heady, you know, reverbs and delays and those different things that you know and love from the Fractal audio group, this is the way to do it. And you can make quite the small, compact pedal board that has a massive, massive sound. Again, if you have any other pieces of kit or maybe different configurations that you would like to see done in any of these videos, leave in the comments below. I'll take a look and see what I can do. And until next time, see ya.